So you type in what you think is required for effective student learning, excellent student learning. And let's see if we get what sort of feedback we get. Also, a great test of the network. Well, that's definitely exciting. Are folks getting on to that?
What was the password again?
The password is Fresh Tiger.
Okay. Good memory.
There you are, we've got some folks. So, going to leave those to pop up and let's just look at some of the common themes when you've done it. If you're not online, that's fine. Just have a look at how colleagues and other institutions are using this sort of software to engage their classroom. But already we've got about 15 observations or comments. Yes, I'm moving quickly, so apologies for those who are struggling with that. Passwords are here, addresses up on the whiteboard, but we're getting there. We're getting there big time. This is good. This is good. What we're going to do is look at some common themes very quickly. So if we're having trouble, this either reflects the issue of professional development or network infrastructure, all sorts of areas. Okay, that's actually more feedback than any university in Australia, but that doesn't surprise me. Kiwis, I've told you, haven't I, that Kiwis are much more creative than ingenious. And that's not just because I'm married to one. Okay, let's have a look. Alright, let's look up at the board here and just see what sort of themes there are. There are so many we can't fit them on the damn screen. That's great. So, eating well. Well, okay, there is research saying eating well is important, so I'll accept that. Lecturer knows his or her stuff. They know what's in the exam. Okay, these are interesting ones. Interaction, yes, good. Want to learn, so motivation. Interacting, I've seen a few times. Students reading, very few can. Engagement, that's IT infrastructure. This is the stuff with engagement again, interaction, relevance, instant feedback. That relevance thing's important. Enthusiasm, and not boring lecturer. Students have fun, motivation. So the big key ones were motivation, engagement. Let's see what one Deputy Vice-Chancellor academic says when the very same question's answered. And that's Bev Oliver from Deakin University.
Here's a synopsis.
There was a synopsis. Let's go back to that synopsis. Back you go, Bev.
Here's a synopsis. Excellent student learning is more likely to happen, or most likely to happen, when these things are in place. Number one, you have an iPad. Wrong. When learning outcomes are really, really clear, when the expectations are clear, in any kind of teaching and learning, you've got to know what you're aiming for, correct? Good. When assessment and feedback are lined up with that. So, in fact, if you're meant to be showing that you can do X, here's a novel idea. Let's make the assessment X, or close thereto. Feedback is like fish, best served fresh, so you get it as soon as possible. You'll get all these slides in gory detail later, so don't worry about scribbling anything down. Would anyone like to argue with this? Educators who engage, enthuse and inspire. And learning experiences that are highly interactive and focused on engaging the learner in authentic and work-integrated challenges. In other words, practicing what you hope to end up to be. If you're studying pharmacy, would you like to do a whole pile of tests such as name the bones of the body and any drug you can think of? Or would you like to do an assessment which is kind of titled Practice Being a Pharmacist?
So folks, that's the big picture. Good to see some interesting debate and points being made up there on today's meet, so by all means do use that back channel. It will be up for at least a week for you to have an historical record of some of the discussions that occurred during. So I'd like us now, we've been going for 40 minutes, just to stretch your legs for 1 minute, and then I'll introduce the next speaker. So 1 minute break.